If you're a longtime Civ player coming back to the franchise, and you have no idea what cities and towns are, well, you're in the right place. Hey everyone, Connor from Haus here to tell you all today all the differences between cities and towns in Civ 7, and explain a little bit more of how each of them work respectively. First off, let's take a look at how towns work in Civ 7. So, after your initial settlement is founded, which is your capital, every subsequent settlement that you found will initially be a town. So when you go to found a town, you'll have 10 different choices of the kind of town that you can establish. We're going to put those on screen, but I'll read through them as well. You can establish a farming town or fishing town, which gives you bonus food on farms, pastures, plantations, and fishing boats. A mining town for production on camps, woodcutters, clay pits, mines, and quarries. A trade outpost for happiness on resource tiles and trade range. A fort town for bonus healing to units and health to walls in this town. A religious site for bonus happiness to all temples in your empire. A hub town for bonus influence for every connected settlement. An urban center for bonus science and culture on districts with 2 buildings in this town. And finally, a factory town, which gives you bonus gold towards purchasing a factory in this town and adds an additional resource slot. So the use case for these, well, let's say there's a strategic resource on the map that you want to go after, but you may not want to invest heavily in that area. Well, maybe you just found a town in that spot, snag the resource for your empire, and then allow the town to function on its own. So this is another step in the process of how towns work. So once you've founded a town and chosen which type of town you'd like, from there, it's pretty hands-off. The town is going to automate itself as far as the production queue goes, and it's going to feed different resources back to your empire based on the kind of town that you chose. So, be sure and choose carefully when you go to select what kind of town you'd like to establish. So, now let's talk about the process of making your town into a city and when it's most strategic to do so. So, as your town builds, it's going to have an automated production queue, like I mentioned, that unlocks certain tile improvements that the AI decides where they go. However, you can also purchase upgrades for this town with gold. All the while, the more upgrades your town is able to make, the more affordable it becomes to convert that town into a city, which also costs gold. You might look to do this whenever it looks like this area of the map is one that you're going to need to, let's say, build military units on, or all of a sudden you discover a new resource nearby the area, and you want to go ahead and again invest in that town, form it into a city, and have control over all aspects of how it runs. That is a situation where you would want to convert that town into a city. In the end, it is completely up to you how you handle your towns and cities, and inevitably is all going to fit into the strategy of what kind of empire you're trying to build based on the leader you have and the civilization that you're using. Whatever you decide to do, we wish you good luck, and from our house to yours, we hope you'll join us for one more turn.